Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness.
Whoa, we're live.
Holy smokes.
What's happening?
Folks, welcome back to the Producer Lounge.
Yep.
Brought to you by Always 400. Folks, if you're new, this is our broadcast. Welcome.
Welcome. Another beautiful Tuesday.
It's called the Producer Lounge because it's a lounge of producers. We've said this before on the pod. Think of a conversation pit from the 70s, and now fill it with nerds.
Living room, basically.
Yep, that's what
Circular,
this is.
Circular, sunken living room.
Yep.
And, like always, this episode is very special. Not only because it's 108.
It only happens once.
We have a very special guest.
Oh.
We have DerteeDisco with us today.
Ooh, welcome, my man. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Of course.
Yeah, good to have you.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
Tonight we're basically the DJ Lounge podcast.
That's true.
It's going to be a good one.
So you're looking to get into production.
Yes.
And you've been dabbling, but you are a seasoned DJ.
Very much so. This
Indeed.
is year 13 for me.
Whoa,
beautiful.
13?
It's beautiful.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
It's a teenager.
Dude, you're a teenager. Your DJ career is a teenager.
Somehow legal to be out.
He probably hates you right now, you know? In that age where it just...
He's getting angsty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of reflective in the scene, you know. A lot of breaks, a lot of techno, a lot of really high energy, high BPM, angsty shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. I love that. That's where I'm at right there.
Folks in the chat, let us know if the audio is better now, please.
Caleb, can we actually keep that
is.
fan on? Get a little bit of airflow? Keep it on like low mode. I know.
No, you're right. We're back to
Back to summertime.
He's like, we just fixed the audio.
I know, and I'm like,
add a fan.
Just had a bunch of white noise to it.
noise.
Yeah, that's what gates are for.
That's true. So I don't know about you guys, but I have a few DJ questions in particular that I would like to ask.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Start out with.
Let's just jump right in.
We talked a little bit with Owie last week about set preparation.
Yeah.
And
he gave
how
terrible advice.
Yeah, it was awful.
Owie, what was that? I'm just kidding, buddy.
And basically the question is like, on average, how do you go to prepare a set? Do you have gigs and gigs and gigs of tunes, and you're playing, the people who hired you want you to play techno. So that kind of narrows it down a little bit. But then what do? Do you just start throwing tracks into Record Box and just sit there on your laptop and see what vibes? Or do you go sit there and work on decks and just sit there and tinker around till you figure out a vibe? Or do you just swing by the, seat of your pants?
Swing by the seat of your pants, the famous phrase.
Yeah. I augmented it a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, for me personally, I do a lot of set prep, even if it's like an hour-long gig. So if it is techno, I go through all my sources, which typically consists of Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify. If I'm looking for like a nice remix to kind of filter out the techno sound, I'll get that from SoundCloud or Bandcamp. If I'm just trying to get some good label releases, going through my favorite labels also works. So that's a Beatport, Bandcamp thing. But when I do go through everything, I probably listen to everything for like 30 seconds.
Right, you're just kind of clicking through, making sure it hits the vibe.
Yeah, and then once I kind of know that for sure, then I just throw it into Record Box, make sure I name it, because Beatport has that really pesky thing.
I hate that.
Having to name it when it's in Wave.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
It's terrible.
We have so many tunes that are just like, it's the name of the song. And you're like, well...
Yeah.
What? I don't know who made this.
Didn't realize that till much too late. After I was deep into down, I was like, oh, these are fucked.
Well, then you get so many of them that you're like, am I really about to rename these all before like the 30 minutes before the gig or something like that?
Right. No, I'm
probably not. And then that ends up getting shelved for like, 7 decades.
Right, at least.
For the amount of time it takes for them to exit your regular playing
Right, your
regiment.
repertoire.
Yeah.
Or if you lose your USB, then you just have to rename it anyway because you're just like, God damn it, I'm starting fresh. I mean, hopefully you don't, but
yeah. Hopefully
Have you lost a USB before? That sounds horrible.
Twice in my career, and only twice.
Damn.
Sounds like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was very close recently after playing Zodiac House 2 weeks ago.
Shit.
It actually was lost, and it ended up being underneath the stand for the underneath the entire booth.
Right.
Oh,
of course.
wow. Okay.
But Bosher found it. Shout out to Bosher. So
Shout out.
Let's go. Let's go.
Damn. So you have all these tracks and you found all the vibes. Now, in terms of order, are you just playing how you feel live? Do you ever prep sets down to the wire?
No, not really, and I don't mix in key. That's a very unpopular opinion, but
I love that opinion.
Me too.
Especially for techno.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you definitely want everything to sound fresh, and especially like we were kind of talking about off the pod with having things not really have a lot of breakdowns and really wanting them to be like just like a lot of really smooth beats into those final laid breakdowns. So never mixing key, and energy wise, it just depends on like the time, time slot. So if it's opening,
That's fair.
a lot of non-vocal and then just maybe more obscure left field stuff, and then going into a main closing slot, you get really heavy with some Med Hemsley or some Charlotte or something, stuff that has like those very Berlin, like, I'm in the booth, I'm a sexy lady.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Love those vocals.
Right.
Every time. Can't get enough of them.
Yeah, just talking about fashion and shit.
Yeah, that's a fair bit. So you have an idea of things that you've just downloaded because you're just kind of filtering through things and downloading things and then setting it up. So you've heard it a few times, randomly dispersed, and then you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants. Or swinging by the seat.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
So on a good day, if I'm doing a set and it's something I'm more nervous for, I definitely will get that stuff kind of ready in advance and lead up to it and then kind of have a better idea. But there have been, admittedly, a lot of shows where I've just like downloaded and bought like 100 tracks an hour before, renamed them, and been like, I've only listened to maybe like a quarter of these, but the rest of these we're just gonna, beat match it and go for it,
Love to hear it. Yeah, because I saw you play 2 weekends ago. I want to say at Culture, and you, after you got off stage, you told me you downloaded all those tracks like that day or like an hour beforehand, and I was like, damn, that sounded fucking great. Yeah. Like the vibe moved smoothly, like everything. It seemed like you knew those tracks, so I was impressed.
It's what 13 years of experience does for you, I guess, huh?
Yep, a lot of shows. That one very much so was because I haven't done like an opening techno set in a long time. I went with a lot of producers that I like hadn't really heard like a lot of work from, but maybe like labels I was familiar with. So I was just like, okay, well, I know that vibe, so I'll just kind of like download a bunch of them, put them in.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've definitely done that before. We played Steam, and we have two projects. We have Party B, which is more of the artsy side of it, where we want to play only our own tracks and kind of do that kind of thing. And then we have a project that's simply for DJing with the boys, and it's called DJI Fridays. And that one is that one we don't play our own stuff.
Yeah.
We do. We will throw in some Party B. Yeah, but it's specifically genreless. We're just gonna play the most ignorant shit, but it's all fucking quirky and fun. And
it's our moment to just like play whatever the fuck we want to play and have a good time.
Yeah,
and pretend to be DJs, right? Which we do in that.
Yeah, we do. We
project
sunglasses.
I do have
chains.
to say that's one of the best names I've heard in a while.
Good. Isn't that one amazing?
Fridays.
Yeah. Well,
that's awesome.
If you don't want Party B, but you still want some weird shit, we will do that as well.
Can I get a hybrid? And one of you be one, and one of you be the other.
Yeah. DJ Fridays goes back to back.
We
with
could
Party
go
B.
back to back. Yeah, we could go back to back.
Yeah.
That's
so we
true.
technically have 3 different options. But
you could promote both at the same time.
For that show, we downloaded like 140 tracks that I'd been collecting over the past like month or so. but we didn't like listen to them that hardcore. We were just like, these are all wild. Let's just go DJ.
We just played them
Make them work.
in the living room for a while.
Yeah.
A few times over, like, okay.
Oh, like the good
Getting
4
the vibe of these.
The good 4 a.m. set with the boys. And you'd be like, play something really crazy. And you'd be like, haha. Like, whoa, where'd you see that? Oh, this is, 2013.
Right.
Random remix, random producer.
Right.
So obscure. You couldn't find it, but it's awesome.
He actually died right after producing this track, so good fucking luck.
It is like a really nice place for us to play like our homies tracks.
Yeah, that's kind of
Because we have so many producer homies. It's like, and they don't
And they're
work
all
in
over the
our
place.
set really.
right. They're all over the place.
Yeah,
There's
they're
some-
like bass music and random fucking like peppy ass house music,
other bass
Yeah.
music,
whatever
Yeah.
that thing is.
One of our
You gave him a look. What was that look?
He made this like the best I could describe it is like an anime, like a house anime, fast speed.
Which one is this?
Like the high pitched voice thing.
It's the Aurora remix.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you know
okay.
Really?
That's what I
No,
thought.
I don't think I'm familiar with.
Really? Really?
Oh,
She's just like a
vocalist from heaven.
Yeah, she's just this chick who's young and makes insane music. Her vocals are just gorgeous.
Probably loves
She's
crystals.
from like Iceland. Yeah,
You know,
probably loves
100%
crystals.
loves
Yeah,
crystals.
she's like a little like flower child hippie girl.
But I don't think she's that young.
She's like like 25
True.
or 26.
No,
True.
I think she's in her 30s.
Is she?
Yeah, I think she's
I don't think
older.
that's
I
true.
think she's
Oh,
been
yeah.
on the grind.
Me bag.
So-
Help us out.
I can
Our
do it.
resident meatbag.
I'm pretty
Go
sure
search
she's a
out
year older
Aurora.
than me.
How old is Aurora?
My guess is 26.
You're about to fuck up your Google algorithm.
I know, right?
This is
yeah.
Aurora's worst nightmare right now.
Yeah, I'm
She's
sorry.
just
Aurora.
like, why are you
Don't worry.
fucking doing this? Why would you tell
Dang.
everybody how old I am?
He's more right than me.
How old is she?
We're not gonna
Oh,
say it.
shit.
Why?
She's in her
dude.
20s
Let's
because
not
we don't
dox
want
her.
to shout her out on our.
I do.
There's
I love
13,000
Aurora.
people listening right now. Okay?
Everyone, all 13,000 of you, go check out Aurora. She's dope.
Well, she is
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
but
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't need
Yeah.
to give away her age.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I
She
mean-
is from
Alright.
Norway.
Austin was
Yeah,
correct.
she's Norwegian.
Austin was correct.
Oh, I knew it.
So what I'm hearing is that you took an amazing singer and
It's close.
took those vocals and
He
threw 'em to
pitched
the
him
shredder.
up. He pitched him
Yeah,
up,
I
and
kinda-
it's fast.
Yeah.
And it's. We'll show you later. It's a good time.
So when you say you
I honestly
pitched-
think it's a great track.
pitched it up
Fuck yeah, thank
and
you.
made it fast, are we talking like 140, 150?
Yeah.
What
would
is
you-
it? Is
I
it
think it was
140?
144.
Yeah, it's in the
Just some
40s.
random
4 on the
weird
floor.
number. Yeah.
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 I was really hyped on like nightcore kind of stuff
Oh yeah, okay.
at that
Yeah.
time, and I was like, I just want to like try and do that.
Nightcore.
Yeah, nightcore, like the pitch up, speed it up. But I didn't want to. I wanted
I
to
like how
kind of do
that's
like
defined as nightcore.
I know,
What
right?
is that? How
Yeah.
does that correlate at
I
all?
don't know.
You know that
I believe
mean,
you, though.
It's niche, and no one's gonna call you out on it. so-
Right, right.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sure there's a very tight
yeah.
knit community of people who are just screaming at us right now, like,
No,
dare
nightcore is
you.
not.
That's not
Yeah.
really nightcore.
incorrect. You're
This
talking
is
about
gonna go
Just
ham
like,
on Reddit.
Just like,
Right. Yeah, watch our TikTok blow off from fucking this clip.
Ignorant producer lounge misclaims music.
Right, exactly,
This
exactly.
clip.
Cancel us, I dare you. Give us the publicity. Do it.
Uncancelable.
So another question for you. This one's kind of quick and opinionated.
It's an opinionated
On
question.
my front, I'm opinionated about it because I think it's stupid. Because I was blown away because we bought 3000s and 3000s have 8 Q points.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, they're sick as fuck.
And then we go play on 2Ks, and I was blown away the fact that there was only 3.
3 Q points. Yeah.
And I was like,
Technically, like one because
right,
they
'cause
weren't working.
because everything in Denver is broken. Hey, if you want to DJ in Denver, just know all the equipment in the entire city is broken
Every time.
every time.
Yeah.
But including the mixer. But I was just blown away. I was like, what would your 3 Q points be?
Ooh.
Probably,
question.
Because I need at least 5
If you
for
get-
me to
if
like
you
really
get a-
have fun, I think.
Yeah, if you
but
get
maybe
3
not.
Q points, where do you put those Q points?
Yeah.
Basically.
Personally, be like 16 bars in,
Okay.
the 4 bars into the breakdown, and then like 45 seconds left on the track. That way, because when you're at the 45 seconds at the end, you can easily go back to those 16 bars at the beginning. It's the same thing.
Correct.
And then if you're just really like on the fly trying to throw something in, just like hit that vocal or that breakdown or whatever, and then you're just ready to go.
Okay.
Makes sense.
That
This
makes
is
sense.
the kind of shit we needed to hear
Yeah, this
right
is
now.
beautiful. This is knowledge.
4
guys.
bars. I want to say this. 4 bars into the breakdown. So you're
It's very specific. I like it.
the spot hits 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're clicking that cue.
Yeah, because you don't want to do it as soon as the breakdown hits, because sometimes there's a lot of like either like noise or like that big clap or something.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Big impact
That was what I was
sounds.
thinking. Yeah, that's
Yes,
amazing.
That makes a lot of
So
sense.
you
That's
Actually,
such a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just have
That's
to
nice.
count. You have to be a musician for 30 seconds and go.
Yeah. Good luck out
Yeah,
there,
Yeah.
bedroom producers.
a lot harder than it sounds.
Oh, I'm
It
sure
is.
it
It
is.
is. Yeah.
But when you hear other people play live.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they make it look so easy.
Rather
insane.
than hitting the cue and then the fader, basically,
Right.
which would be the other way to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Have your cue at the breakdown, but you volume bring it in post the noise.
Yeah, I'm used to the volume because with the 3000s, you can skip around.
Right. Which
You have
is-
like barred skipping
Mhm.
shit. So it's so easy just to be like start and then like skip back until you're ready. And then you just throw the fader
Right.
on.
Right. It's like a loop without looping. You just keep going back 8 bars until you're ready to go.
See, I'm a
Kinda
big loop guy, actually, personally. So, I'll just, in an effort to try to, like, not be all over the decks at the last minute and let my anxiety run high, I'll, like, as soon as I'm transitioning to another song, load that next song with, like, well over 4 minutes still left in the song that I just transitioned to, get that set up, looped, and then just leave that shit playing, turn the actual headphone cue off, and then when I'm ready, so I just like have my hands free. Hey, we'll do a little dance on,
Right, and then it's already it's already beat matched at that point as well. You've already done kind of all the pre-work. Yeah, and coming from the 2Ks and stuff before there was that gridded beat jump, that makes perfect sense because you kind of have to just get it going, make sure you're in time, hit play, loop it.
Yeah, but unless you have the quantize on the CDJs, it's
I
really
always
hard to
love
get
that.
the loop right.
Right.
When did they start doing that?
I think it's on the 3Ks, like the auto loop, the loop that just grabs 4 bars.
That's
you
on the
can-
3Ks.
Well, you can
What?
they had it on the 2, but you can always just manually put in the loop.
Right, but that's
really?
what we're
Well,
saying.
yeah,
It's
but
okay.
when you hit it
It's fine.
and then you hit another one,
Don't worry about it. Just
Just
leave
drop
it
it.
down. Yeah,
Just
just
drop
leave
it.
it down.
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
We have a live studio audience, ladies and gentlemen. They're
as you can hear them,
they're
right
they're
now,
enjoying the podcast. They're going
they're
hectic
loving
out
it.
there.
They're loving it.
Hey guys.
Thank you, thank you all. Thank you all.
But yeah, no, they've had the quantize and that manual loops in there, but the 3000s more recently have like the 4. Well, they have it on the screen. They have it up to 32, but
Right, because it's on the Nexus 2s that have it on the screen.
yeah, I think either the Nexus, even the regular Nexus, might have already had it.
Oh,
Really?
really?
But like
I
you
didn't
could only
explore
do
it.
like 4. I
Oh,
think.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like being able to hit 4 and then just double it up to whatever I need or down.
It's
blah, blah,
funny.
blah.
You come up trying to learn this shit, and like inevitably your buddy's like, "Here's my tractor controller," and you're like, "Now I'm used to looping shit." Because Tractor does a good job of like trying to
Right,
give you like
auto-looping.
looping abilities and things like that. And then you go over to some older CDJs and you're like, how the fuck am I supposed to get a loop going? Like I can't actually nail it. I'm a fucking drummer and I can't fucking nail it. And then I'm sitting here like trying to skip
beat match
Yeah.
the loop
keep
every
beat
time.
matching it every single loop.
I mean, yeah, like, but then you think about the guys who were doing it on fucking vinyl, and
Dude,
their
God
loop,
bless those
their
souls.
loop was bringing down the fader, pulling it back, let
Right.
it play, bring
Right.
down the fader, pull it back,
Right.
let it play.
Right.
Yeah.
Epic.
I have
Epic
so much
amounts of-
respect for like the
Oh
vinyl
my
DJs. Like now that I've
muscle
actually,
memory.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm still like a baby DJ. I've only been like playing around for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like still a little freshy.
it's been
Welcome.
longer
But-
than that.
Yeah, maybe.
Welcome to hell.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful hell.
It's a beautiful hell. But yeah, it's crazy seeing all the dudes that just playing on vinyl. They didn't have like any of the technology that like assists you. There's no like key tracking. There's no like tempo syncing. And then they're out there doing like crazy ass scratches and doing back and forth and all this shit. It's cool.
Yes,
cool.
I never learned scratching, but I actually learned myself on vinyl. That was how my mentor taught me. And
No shit.
He was
That's sick.
he was a real sadist with trying to learn because he
Love it.
would have me in his apartment because I was doing promo for him at the time, just like random flyering and stuff like for undergrounds. And he was like, "You've got actually good taste for being." I was 13 at the time. I wasn't even supposed to be there. He's like, "You're actually pretty decent. I don't know why the hell you're out, but as long as I get you home, will you be, chill to this like promo and do our parties and stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he was like, "Okay, so if you learn, you're gonna have to do it at my place. So you'll just have to do the party, and then learn at the after party pretty much after I've already played and after you hear me." And the kicker with him was that his vinyl was like in his bedroom, and then he had a Bluetooth speaker that was into his living room, and he's like, "You're gonna be in my bedroom looking at a wall learning and like have no like visual like stimuli at all essentially
Fuck
to
yeah.
learn and just like listen to everything, just listen to the headphones,
Wow.
transition it in, and even if you
That's
fuck
sick.
up, it's okay.
That's really sick.
But that's like gonna be your way to learn. You're gonna have like no actual visual stimuli, and then just like you're gonna play all my music.
That's so
essentially.
cool. You just had
That's super
a
dope.
master just like
Right.
here's how you do it, young
And
one.
now, like, I'm complaining about like the 800s that had like a little red screen with a little fucking bleeping bar.
Right, of course.
Only
of course.
3 cue buttons.
My,
Wow.
my first CDJs
Nobody
I
gets to look at
actually
me.
bought
Right.
right. I mean, which was fine for me at the time because I was just like, who are all these old people anyway? I'm just here to learn music.
Right. I just want to play some tunes. Dude.
But my first CDJs I brought were the non-USB the actual CDJs, and they only took CDs, and the screen did not light up or have an LED backlight behind it.
Oh
They
shit.
were the
So like the
600s.
600s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had a
600s,
pair
huh?
of like
I think
some
they were
old-ass
900s or
ones
800s.
once upon
Yeah.
a time.
With the red display, but it just showed little blinking bars for
Yeah.
where the song was. He didn't and time. If you knew the song,
Mhm.
it makes sense.
You're
But
just listening.
You
though.
couldn't freeball it as much
Nope.
as you could do nowadays. Which,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
As much as I like and being able to like semi-flex and be like, yeah, I used to play vinyl. Like I would never in the current day be like, I'm going to buy this and bring this all to the club. I love these vinyl. I love these vinyl way too much to bring them to the club.
Right. Well, that's kind of the other part of it now. It's like
Now you transfer my 40 vinyl records.
Yeah, this is why I'm a DJ right here.
it's so heavy.
No more hauling drums or whatever the
Right,
fuck into
right.
the fucking venue.
Dude. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
vinyl is like 3 drum kits just compacted into a egg crate. It's so heavy.
And like,
It's just
It
so
really
heavy.
is.
the most funny, embarrassing thing to like with like you have more than one crate, so you've got to bring like a little trolley, a little cart behind you. So like, hey guys, I'm here for the gig,
Yeah,
just
And then
Adorable.
you gotta risk being hammered, being around other hammered people, not falling on your records.
Oh,
that
God,
you
right.
prize.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that shit. I'm like, wow. I'm so surprised dudes would just lug their fucking record collection to shows.
Yeah,
Like
insane.
it's crazy.
I mean, more power to them. It's like mad respect, but I definitely, in this current age, could not
No.
and will not probably.
yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
like to dabble in my free time, like learn how to like DJ on wax for like
It would
fun.
be fun.
but,
It would be
like-
fun. We'll just go pick up some like thrift store old
Yeah.
Right.
records that like don't matter.
But I don't care to get good enough. Like I don't have the
Yeah.
time to spend to like become a scratch
Yeah.
DJ. Like
Yeah.
I just kind of want to be like, this is fun,
right. Yeah.
you know?
Just some good solid transitions for an hour and be like, okay, I did that. And
Yeah.
then not touch them for another 7 decades.
Exactly.
At least,
Yeah.
at least.
I would way rather get a drum machine
Yeah.
and just
Mm.
fucking
Well, we're
get
producers.
really good at making the beats and
Mhm.
Well, it's
just
more
slip them in.
more accessible too, right? You're not
Yeah.
like, lugging 40 pounds around with you.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
That's a fucking true point.
Yeah, we want to do that. We want to get like some sort of a drum machine sampler kind of thing to have
to play live
with us
Right.
live.
Oh,
Yeah.
But basically, as
yeah.
like,
Yeah, just
I mean-
something. You could do sound effects. You can do a vocal. You could do a beat.
get the off fresh
Kind of whatever the fuck.
in there. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Aurora? Back on that?
Everybody's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah.
right.
For everyone listening, whatever. We don't care about you. You have to watch.
Oh, also, please don't come for me, Vinyl DJs on Reddit. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They won't hear it. It's fine.
Well, it's not on a record, so they couldn't hear it anyway.
True. They're vinyl only.
I don't know why this won't let me go to their website.
Amazing.
So this is Pioneer's dedicated sampler,
I like the colors.
which I haven't messed with it. I think they have one at Guitar Center to kind of mess around with, but we would basically get this as a third deck.
Say 1,300?
Yeah, it's a brand
Yeah,
new
that's how
test
much
and,
this shit costs.
That's how much a CDJ costs.
Jesus Christ.
More than that.
Yeah, CDJ. Yeah.
But like, see here, it's the exact same size.
Oh, that looks sick.
And so then you just have your third deck be a sampler. And you could, we could not get.
This photo is so fucking aggressive.
I know.
know.
Everything on it.
Everything, yeah.
But you could get like the Rope Roland SP404 and do the exact same kind of thing.
Yeah, there's
Reasonable.
plenty of different samplers out there.
But you just-
MPCs and shit.
Right. Or a machine.
Yeah.
But basically to the point where we could basically have this thing while you're DJing, you can throw down like party B, like right before a drop and shit. Like I love that shit.
Yeah.
I think that shit's
You can tease the fucking in the jungle.
right. Right.
You just
In
be
the
like,
jungle.
You hear that?
It's not the actual song.
No,
but
no.
whatever.
He's in the middle of your set.
Fuck off.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Because I want to troll everyone.
You have like
as hard as
the
possible.
cue button set up, and you're just like, listen, you hear that? Listen, you hear that?
Right,
It's
right.
just like that's just the drop. That's just
Right.
Right. That's all
never
it is.
actually play.
Or if you want to be like a super goober, you can just like cue up some fart sounds, some
Right.
whale moans.
Yeah, I saw
Bike horn,
I saw Dylan
dumb
Francis
shit.
post the other day where he was like, I
saw that
edited
too,
this
yeah.
beat to have fart
Yeah.
sounds in it, and he was like, no one notices, and
Well-
you're just like playing it, and it is just kind of like,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Well, did you see where that actually stemmed from on his algorithm? Was that some guy gave him a USB and all it
yeah.
had on it were 24
Oh, I
tracks
did
of
see
the fart
that.
sounds on it. So then he played that live and then decided it'd be really funny if he just got the fart sound and just mixed it over other
Right.
shit he was doing.
Right. And he put it specifically in the spot where he's like,
that's genius.
This is a part.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. It's genius as hell.
I mean, but no one else could do that.
Having a
besides Dylan
good
Francis.
time? What?
Weird.
Wild.
He said he specifically put it in the spot where he thought nobody would notice, which is
Yeah.
perfect because it is kind of right in like an upbeat. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost
right
filler
downbeat.
kind of part
Right,
of it.
it's just-
It's a
just-
little send almost.
Yeah.
Right.
He should have delayed it out and reverb,
Yeah.
like I fucking.
That
Dude.
would have been nice.
Honestly, imagine like playing EDC though, and you just drop a little fart. Like
I
the
can
crowd
fully-
would lose their
I
mind.
can fully imagine that.
I know.
I can
Yeah.
fully imagine that. No problem.
I mean, everybody would just
I'm
lose their
down.
mind.
I mean, bet, book us. See if we do it.
You get
We will.
one for the set, like halfway through, and you make that moment count. It's just a little, little pre-drop.
I don't know. It might be a
Like,
big old fat one,
if I-
honestly.
Okay, yeah, no, sure.
Just
Make it a chunker.
If it were me, honestly, I would just wait for one of my more popular tech house sounding vocals, and instead of like doing that last 4-ball drop, just go back into it, and then everybody's just like, "Wait, what?"
What the fuck just happened?
yeah,
And
we
then everybody's just like, dude, that tech house banger.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
like
tech
that
house.
was those on TikTok videos or whatever, like sounds that some DJs will mix anything over the transition or like
Right, yeah, I love that
Yeah,
shit.
I love that
I love that
shit.
shit. It's just like a clip of Alex Jones.
Yeah.
And you're
It's
just
like 45
"Ah."
seconds long.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
like super long. Yeah, Owie last week was like opening with what's that fucking Chris Lake song?
Oh, I'm
or
losing
no,
it.
Fisher. Fisher,
I'm
losing it. He was like, open it. I'm not going to like open with losing it. And I was like, let's open it with losing it.
Yeah.
But once the drop happens, it just does something absolutely
Country
ridiculous.
Right. Like you want to get it.
Yeah.
Right. You want to get it to the point where everybody's like, are these opening DJs opening with losing it?
Opening with
Right.
losing it. And then you just give them, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the real move, honestly.
So-
If you're gonna open, just like make sure people remember you.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Oh, the fart was with reverb already.
Oh, is that Inspecta? What's up, Inspecta? Welcome to the party, buddy.
Quote, a fart with reverb.
Yeah.
Fart with reverb.
The popular tune, fart with reverb.
Thank you for confirming that.
I forget who did it. It was either like Excision or Subtronics, but they had this really fun opener that a lot of like the dubstep guys were playing for a bit, where they took like all of the popular like pre-drop vocals that were like, you know, popular around that time, and they put it all in like their intro mashup, and they just had them all play like back to back in this like build-up kind of thing. Did you guys ever hear that by chance?
No, I don't think I have, but that sounds awesome. I think more people need to do that.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was like a really cool thing.
Yeah, you should be playing with shit as much as you can. Because
Yeah.
like your job is to provide the fun,
And-
essentially.
Yeah.
We're no
Like,
longer
for
on
it.
vinyl. So you have the ability to like
Yeah.
do a bunch of crazy shit live. Like,
Yeah. You can do wild
Yeah.
stuff.
like come on.
Yeah, the more the CDJ like just lets you just like do anything you want at a whim,
And becomes like
the
an
more you
instrument.
get the opportunity to do other things.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one thing why I don't mind the sync button getting better. Because I do like beat matching. It's, you know, I understand it as a fundamental skill of DJing. But if I can just boom, 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 go, and then I can start thinking about how I'm going to mix this bad boy and not worry about that, / throw in some other fun things. Maybe I have something on the third deck I'm going to tease because I don't have, my extra arm isn't sitting there jogging, you know? It's just the progression of the technology. Like now I'm hands-free. I can do some other things.
I think that people, as long as you use it for a tool and you don't just have that shit stuck on for, 2 hours, then by all means use it.
Sure.
You're still going to have to beat match regardless.
Yeah, there's plenty of that are going to be off grid, / it's going to fuck up.
Yeah, so like, your elbow is going to hit it when you hug that one random fan.
Sure.
And so you're gonna need it really quickly. You're gonna be like, oh, well, like
Right.
Yeah.
As long as you just get it on tempo really quick and then move
Correct.
it.
I think that's my favorite part about it is being able to tap it on and off real quick. Just because if I'm at 130.4, I don't want to sit there and worry about getting to 130.4.
Right, before
I
you
just
even
tap-
bring it in.
Yeah, I just tap it. It's already set. Bring in the track, beat match it real quick. We're good to go.
Yeah,
Like it's so nice.
definitely.
Especially if there's going to be all those, if you're going to increase the BPM by an extra decimal. So now, it's not 134, 135, it's 134.1, 134.2, 134.3. So if you're set on wide or 16 on the tempo, it's kind of a pain in the ass to sit there in the heat of the moment and get it nailed,
Yeah, also really nice for if you do want to speed up.
Right.
Like,
You just lock it in and
go for it.
One of my more annoying transitions that people have been loving lately is I go from 140 to 160, and I just have it set there to just start going into some heavy like jungle or some heavy
Beautiful.
electric stuff. And then,
Okay.
just doing that and then going all the way back down eventually to like 135 or something, all on the same side.
I would love it.
I was gonna ask. I've heard from a couple people recently, including Owie last week. He was talking about like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't him. I don't know. That people have been saying like, oh, you can only do so much like changing of tempos within your sets or whatever. And I kind of understand it from some DJ's perspective, but like, I also was in Breckenridge this weekend, and the DJ didn't give a fuck what the tempo was.
Right.
It's not like he was playing like an artistic set. He was just trying to get the people to go nuts.
Yeah.
But
Right.
he was killing it, and he was all over the place.
I
So,
kind of
like,
love it.
What's your opinion on that shit?
My opinion is that you should do that as much as you want to, and as long as it's like there's actually like a steady, as long as it's not like every other song, you're not going from like 140 to 160 to like 110 or something like that.
Sure.
You know, like if you play a couple of tracks and slowly start to like move to another genre and like a higher BPM and then go through it, like. But there's also like the precedent for that DJ, you know, which makes it harder when you're like creating a brand around like you know certain kinds of music and stuff. For me personally, I've established my brand to be very multi-genre all the time.
Whatever you
Right,
want.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So people already are like, yeah, he's playing tech house, but when's he gonna play this or when's he gonna play that? You know, so that, and you know, there's pros and cons to all that stuff, but very much so. I think if you from the jump are already like, I'm not just gonna play one thing, it makes it a lot easier to be.
That might be what
that.
the thing is that I'm
Yeah.
hearing from these people. That sounds right. I mean, that sounds right from their perspective. The people that I'm thinking of in my head.
Yeah.
Like they're used to playing a very specific kind of genre or whatever. We are very much not that way.
When we had
Whatever the fuck.
Neither am I.
Yeah, right. I think that's how I'll be too when I actually start playing shows. But Dan Eos, shout out Eos, when he
Shout
was
out.
on the pod, we were kind of talking about a similar thing, more on the production side. But we were saying, is it better to be like an artist who just makes like this one vein and you just like make that your branding and you do that, or you like do this multi-genre kind of thing? So it's fun to think about it. Yeah, with DJing, you do have that option. Do you want to be like the multi
Yeah, it's
person
like
or whatever?
the same thing almost.
Yeah. And what he was saying is like it doesn't really matter as long as you just make it apparent that this is what the thing is. This is what it's going to be, you know?
Right.
Like if everybody is going in and expecting it to just be like techno night and then you start playing, you know, whatever random obscured genre tempo, people are going to be like, "Wait, what? What's happening?"
Right. Right.
But if you make it apparent like, "Oh, this is just like jam night or this is just fun night," like, or you have no idea what to expect night, then like everyone's just down.
Well,
They're down.
Well, there's also like, you know, when you get booked for a thing, you definitely want to play that genre sometimes, and it's like they do want you to be like on cue of like, oh, this is the techno night, so maybe let's not throw twerk music in between. You know, so like there is that, but like most times, like say when we get booked at like a Steam or like when we're putting on our own show or something like that, very much so people know in my crowd that I'm all over the place.
Right.
So there's like already that precedent with my brand. So I think it really depends. As far as like professionally doing it, it seems a lot easier to go in your lane, get some stuff signed, and then once you become a big enough name, being able to kind of like play a little bit of something like, you know, more recently like John Summit or something like that, where he's been playing like, you know, dubstep and like techno and stuff, and like, you know, the more niche people are gonna hate it, but ultimately, you know, the guy's still making money. So I mean, hard to be mad.
Or the classic example is like Skrillex, you know, started out as like bro step tear out guy, and then now he's you know exploring whatever the fuck he really wants to.
Right.
I mean, Screamo before that too. You know.
Oh, yeah,
for
literally.
sure, for
yeah,
sure.
his band.
Yeah, there's artists. I mean, you could say Daft Punk too. Like, you know, before random access memories, it was like, no, they make shit in the box, and then they're like, hey, this whole album is funk and it's instruments
Recorded.
Yeah, you're like, what? Like it's still Daft Punk, but it's
Daft Punk.
But I like
they're already beyond the point of
Yeah.
having to
Yeah,
give
they don't
any
care.
shits ever.
They don't
Yeah,
and
and then they just drop Get Lucky with Pharrell. But it's like, oh, cool.
Right. I
Kinda-
like.
kind of-
I think it's
money,
very,
baby.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
no, it's right.
I was just gonna say, I think it's very interesting how, like, if you trace just dance music over the ages, it used to be more acceptable for you to play multi-genre stuff, and then somewhere along the way, it's become more popularized to like stay in your lane, which is interesting because the DJ didn't even used to really have like a front booth in a lot of really popular clubs. They were like in the corner
Right,
or on
correct.
the side, so there wasn't really as much emphasis on the DJ. Until we started being able to like monetize that better, similar to what Meatbag is saying in the chat, like
Totally.
clubs had a part in that, which I fully believe.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about, right? Yeah, because you didn't even like look at the DJ at some point. They were just in a corner, like you were saying, just doing
Right,
their
well,
own thing, and you're just dancing with your crew.
The lights were for the dance floor.
Yeah,
Like the lights weren't even on stage
We're
unless
here
you were
to try and fuck. That's what we're here for.
right.
We're just,
Right.
you know, we're making eyes.
Yeah. like
across
hey,
the way.
across
Like,
the way, like
I fucking just down some Molly. Let's go. What are we doing? Where's the person?
right.
Let me see him.
I'm trying to sweat. You know what I'm saying? Trying to sweat.
I've got a fucking finger move I'm doing over here. Like, come on.
I'm a white guy who's
I
now
don't need
allowed
to see no
dance.
fucking DJ. Just fucking make me dance. God damn it.
Oh, dude. What are they playing? Some weird shit.
I don't know what they're playing, but it's
I
got me
love it.
shaking it. You know.
I love the idea of the DJ not being very visible.
Oh,
That is a sick move.
it's the most
yeah.
beautiful.
We had a random party, and it wasn't like we weren't throwing a party as in like DJs were there or whatever. We just had decks in the corner, and there's a mirror like right over the decks in this house that we were in, and I was playing music, and I was like, this seems like the sickest like way to do a set. Like it's almost like a boiler room where you're just like,
Right.
you're facing the wall. You could look up and see everybody, but you
there's a
kind
mirror.
of just can you can kind of look down.
Be in your little zone.
Which seems like a fun way to do a show. Like,
And everybody
put
just
a
gets
big
your back.
mirror on the wall,
Right.
face the DJ against the mirror, let them
Oh,
go to
that's
town, and then they
crazy.
can fucking look in the mirror whenever they want to.
yeah.
Right.
And then
You know,
then
if they're a
get one
lady
on the
DJ,
top.
maybe they don't love that as much, but, you know, whatever.
I mean, unless they got a nice
Or maybe
booty.
they love it, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe they
they
have a
love it.
nice ass, like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to get a mirror like at like a 45-degree angle on the ceiling.
Or just
so you
yeah,
could like
a
look
couple.
up and you just see
Ooh.
the decks also. You just
Yeah.
get to see them do
Yeah,
a little
that-
ear
A
It
backdrop of multiple mirrors would be nice. Actually, facing away.
Right.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be slick. Yeah, I like the idea of the DJ not being the like
main focus.
sole provider
Sure.
of entertainment. Like,
Yeah.
Tipper does a pretty
I was just gonna
slick
say,
move at
yeah.
Red Rocks where he's just off to the side and the whole stage is taken up by the visual.
Yeah. You can't
Um,
even see him.
Right. He's
And
he's
he
just-
says
he's
nothing
just-
when
he's
he's
just
on
in
the
dark.
mic, like-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a sauce
Yeah.
move.
This is about the visuals. Also, we will have no lasers or lights.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
It will
camera.
just be a 4K screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The size of your house.
I can't do that.
if you're like a wealthy person, you know, like a
Right.
massive
Right.
screen.
I'm all behind visuals, but I can't handle them anymore. I'm so over them. It's just
Kind of
like
bored of them too.
it's just a TV.
Yeah.
It's just the moment the TV's on, I'm staring at it,
Yeah.
and 20% of my focus is on there, and that 20% could be focused on the tunes.
Yeah,
And now I'm
could
distracted.
It could be focus on this shuffle, bro. I'm trying to fucking
Right.
let me give it to it.
I got
I-
these.
Yeah, I can't say that I've ever like gone to festivals or like been like, I need great visuals behind my brand as much to be like, this is why people come to see me. However, if I did, it would need to be something pretty interesting yet repetitive,
yeah.
like some old kind of cartoon or something like that.
Right.
Because even though like when you go to a show, you would want to see crazy visuals, like some of it is just way too distracting, like you were saying.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Way too heady.
Right.
It's like I don't really get like super trashed at events like that.
Right.
to
I'm
where,
not
like,
tripping my balls off.
Yeah.
You know, like, so very much so for me, I'm just like there for the music. And not everybody can say that. So,
Yeah.
shout outs to whoever loves the visuals, no shade or anything, but very much so. I like a good, like, simple logo with a little swish or something like that, and then with some good music.
But logo with some swish.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
just like the screen swipe into like some kind of just like fractals for a bit, and
Okay,
then like
yeah.
back to the
okay.
logo.
Or just the logo in
Oh,
3D, just
oh,
like
oh.
spinning
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
back.
that's
or
my
something.
favorite.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, so on both of those notes, we saw Ivy Lab recently, and they had an audio visual set. It was one of them, and they did a set with like this predetermined visual, and it was like the darkest shit.
It was very intense.
It was super. It was like it was morbid. It was like mold. It was like dead people. It was people getting killed. It was fucking
yeah.
arguments
Intestines in a
with
bathtub.
relationships.
Yeah,
it was
trauma.
fucking. It was dark as fuck, and it was sick as fuck. And then they brought it down for someone else to come on. They came back, did another set that was the fucking just party DJ set, and it was the logo. It was the logo
Yeah.
spinning
And-
the whole time.
And the lights were static. They just like
Yeah.
turned on some red
was
and white
so
lights
sick.
and then just partied. It was so sick.
Yeah, that's a cool move. That's a cool move.
It was
for
just
sure.
They did
tunes the
both.
whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sick when you get to a certain level, like you get that choice. Like, do you want it to just be that like really intimate kind of setting where it's not all about the huge production scale, or do you want to be like the Sudden Death? Like Dallas and I were talking in the kitchen that one time about Sudden Death's Red Rock show. And he's like literally like floating on stage, and he has this like giant ass cape come out, and like a million goddamn lasers, like so many lasers you can't even see what's happening there. And it's like that's his thing. He's just the most over the top kind of production quality.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we get the choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of, I guess, like my previous opinion was like for the regular club DJs. If you're like a full brand
Right.
and you're able to like set up some kind of a visual thing to go with it, I mean, that's cool. And I feel like that also takes it makes it a different kind of pressure versus
Totally.
just trying to create a bunch of different sets on a full national tour and just having something very direct. Because obviously you're going to have to pre-record that to go with the visual aspect of it.
Totally.
So that takes...
Totally.
That puts more emphasis on your production and showcases you versus like a club set where you just are playing to the crowd or whatever.
Right.
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 So there's different circumstances, but
Fully. Yeah.
you know, more so along with just
Yeah.
some cool tunes.
Soft versus hard ticket for the
Right.
people out there.
Right.
Right.
Correct. Correct.
So something I thought about a little bit earlier, which I just thought about. I don't know if you thought about, but I'm curious your thoughts. We've talked
Lots
about
of thoughts
lots
going
of
on in that
thoughts
sentence.
and thoughts and thoughts in the
Lots of
sentence.
thoughts
Thoughts.
just in the world.
Thoughts.
Yeah.
Plenty of thoughts.
We've talked a lot about AI and the implications of that in music and what that means. But I've never thought about AI implementing into like a DJ set. Have you ever thought about that? What does that mean?
So like people have actually been talking about this very frequently lately and like using AI for
bet they
like
have.
just generalized graphics, marketing just across the board, even like beat making and stuff like that, which not a fan of the beat making aspect of it, but as far as the AI production of like, oh, I want this, and throw it in there and create random stuff in the background. I feel like that would be cool every once in a while. Yeah.
Like a visual thing.
Yeah, just because it would be like a little bit more action, and as long as you put it out there, like this is my AI graphics set, and not like a club set, then I would be like, okay, yeah, I'm here for it then.
It is kind of nice. Like AI, at least the way we have it at the moment, is like you go and say, I would like these things. And then you have it give you those things. And then you would arrange them in a way that you enjoy, which is pretty nice. And I think like general branding and like graphics and shit these days, like the frequency of things changing over time is way more than it used to be. It used to be like logo, that's the logo. You don't stray from the logo. It's that for every single fucking thing.
Yeah.
And now it's like, where's the new logo? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Refresh
Where's the
that
new
shit.
thing?
Give me a little bit of a slight different version of
Why
it.
is your logo not like melting into the corner of the
Right.
screen? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You need to do more with the logo now.
Exactly.
And so like
Why is your logo not covered in fur right now? What are we doing here?
Like, why did your logo not split somehow on the breakdown and come back together as your track kept going? You know?
Why is your logo not getting just a full facial right now on screen?
Jesus.
It's got skin care regimens, okay?
It
I
does. It does.
mean, it's got to be healthy, you know.
Oh, skincare facial. Okay. That's what we're talking
Your
about.
mind is in the gutter, young Austin. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is a family show, dude.
Jesus,
I mean,
Austin.
Fucking shit, it's a family fucking show, dude.
Hey, it's a professional show, bro.
Yeah, professional show.
It's a professional show. It is. guys.
I can't help but think that it's a professional show when I see in front of me. Maybe
Oh God!
we could get the camera on this.
I didn't draw those.
For those of you who can't see, there's some wonderful drawings that say Jesus is a simp.
Does it say Jesus is a simp?
And Tipper did 9/11. I mean, shout out to Tipper.
It says it right here as purple, as clear as purple crayon, folks. So
We did a feedback stream and AT wanted to doodle.
Tipper did 9/11.
So
We got some interesting views on the podcast. Tipper did
so yeah, we very much so in the producers lounge are very very PC, very good.
Oh,
good,
of course.
Oh yeah,
good wholesome podcast.
you heard it here first.
Breaking barriers over here.
Hilarious.
What the fuck were we talking about?
I don't think it matters.
AI
graphics and plenty of
Oh
thoughts.
yeah. Well, I think this is what Austin was alluding to is how does AI affect actual DJing? Like,
yes.
right? You're not talking about like branding and things like that, but
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
Good
how
thing to
could
bring up
you
for sure.
use
Yeah.
AI in a like more of a DJ context?
Yes, specifically the DJ context.
I think about the first thing I think is Caleb saying the sync needs to be better for it to be like extra useful. So you could just fucking leave it on and like whatever. Like something that can like smartly figure out how to beat match would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I would have to think on that one for a bit.
Yeah,
but
That's totally fair. Yeah.
Immediately, what comes to mind, I feel like I'm like, no, absolutely not, just off the cuff, because I feel like AI could definitely do a better job than me. I mean, shout out to anyone who's bought tickets for any of my shows. AI could analyze the fuck out of my sets and have me out on the curb.
Oh my God,
so
right?
I'm not a fan.
Here, AI, analyze
Yeah.
my music library and give me the perfect transitions for every single fucking
Perfect
thing.
transitions, perfect set.
In a way
Perfect vibe
that
changes.
specifically makes
be
everybody
gross.
continue to dance
Right.
at all times.
Right. Analyze my music and make my music better, and don't take me out of the equation.
I mean,
Is
as
that possible?
as a
Oh, it is.
DJ
It
Hookline in chat said, it could be used to recommend songs. So you could just have
It already
that's
is,
a
baby.
AI. You could just have an AI
Already is.
running that's like, here's a list of 5 songs that are in different directions from the song you're currently playing, but they all work.
Don't they already
That's
have that
interesting,
software on
actually.
Spotify currently right now? Don't they have some AI recommended
Yeah.
algorithm based on who you follow?
Yeah, I never use it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it or used it either because it's freaking me out. But I'm very much like,
Oh yeah.
that's like the one thing. I think we should gatekeep AI and not other DJs.
Yeah. Yep. AI is very popular, and these guys are scared of. I saw one guy talking about like AlphaGo is a AI software that figured out how to beat the most like the biggest names in the game of Go. I have it in the garage if you'd like to see. The game of Go. I tried to fucking like learn it, but it's
like
intense as fuck. It's
it's
like
like-
way more
It's
variables than
Chinese
chess.
on steroids.
It's really intense. But AI figured out how to beat everybody with it. And this guy was saying, let's say they don't do that, which it's basically just going like, here's the rules of Go, and we're gonna put 2 separate AIs to play against each other over and over and over and over again until they figure out how to do it the best way. So it started doing weird shit, which is not like normal to what all the humans are doing. And it was breaking the game like crazy. So this guy's saying alpha persuade would be the fucked up shit. Like something that goes, how do I persuade some other thing to like want to do the thing that I want it to do.
Right.
And you could just do the same thing as you do with AlphaGo, but with just like persuading, and then AI could learn to just like be the most
persuasive
thing to humans.
Right.
Because it knows all the fucking tricks, and it knows how to read when to do the whatever trick. Which, if you did that, apply that to DJing, something that knows how to perfectly move the audience and could just fully engage them.
It just knows that 98% of the time when it plays Losing It, everybody wants something like this afterwards.
Also,
so it just knows.
Yeah. That just gave me a weird thought. Like, what if in the future clubs have some sort of like they like scan the heart rate of everyone in the crowd, or some sort of like leveling thing like that, so you can actually see how much it's affecting everyone. And I don't know where I was going with that, but
I like
something where it's like
I want that interface fed back to the DJ though. So
exactly.
Like,
no, it's just for the DJ.
30% of the people.
They're
like
getting nervous.
The crowd doesn't get anything like that, but the DJ gets all this information about like, oh, heart rate spike here, or like blood pressure spike here.
It'd be great because you could keep a loop going and just slowly kill the bass on that loop and see as everybody starts to not care, and you wait until the last moment. And you just fucking
drop the bass back in, and everybody's like, oh! And then you see the fucking just come spray across the fucking...
I think we'd be giving medical professionals a run for their money.
Oh, right?
If we could somehow keep everybody's heartbeat higher than the BPM of the song.
Dopamine levels are up 17%.
It's an actual project where the whole goal is to keep your heart rate above the RPM of the tune.
It's just a workout, the
which
whole
honestly, pretty easy. You just play 70
Shout out
BPM
to
or whatever the fuck.
on this great point here. AI can't move hands like Machak. I mean, that guy is on point. I feel that.
Shout out Hookline. He's a good friend of ours. Make some noise for Hookline, everybody.
Yep. In New York City.
New York
City.
You're freaking me out.
So actually, just to be on point with that last thing that you were saying, Joe Rogan actually at his comedy club in Texas actually has AI technology that scans you. So if you happen to heckle and like just be completely disruptive, they just won't let you into the comedy club again.
Really?
What?
Beautiful.
That's part of his new like private club that he has.
No fucking way. Of course Joe would do that.
Have you heard this or experienced it?
I've heard that from other comedians.
Damn it, I want to go so
the
bad.
podcast, but yeah, I've wanted to go and get tickets, and I can't get tickets for it for whatever.
Dude,
Dude,
nobody
that's insane.
can get tickets for that shit.
I'm literally like trying to figure out a way to get a ticket just to plan a little vacation.
Oh yeah.
I was talking to my lady about it, just like, what if we just like once we get the tickets, then we just immediately book plane tickets and figure out our vacation based around when we can get tickets, basically.
I mean, definitely plan your vacation around the item that is the hardest to get versus like the flight and all that stuff, because you can always get there.
Yeah.
No, it's also not far from us,
True.
Right.
You'd drive there if you really needed to.
Yeah, don't do it.
The ticket thing is like that's the tough part.
Right.
Wait, so I'm confused on the AI, it like scans you and it like what predicts like probability that you will be a heckler?
If
or?
you heckle, it
No.
probably from
It
the
scans
video
you.
camera is like this guy, and then just marks you.
Because part of like your
He's got cameras in there.
Yeah, part of the membership for the AI is to scan you to be like, oh, like you're a member, because it's not like everybody can get tickets to. That's what makes the tickets so scarce, is like you have to, once you get the ticket, become like a member of the private club.
Okay.
So once you get a ticket to the club, then it's like if you happen to just be like a fuck off and be in the front row trying to heckle Joe Rogan while he's, high on DMT, then he's like, I don't want you fucks in my club.
Right. Get out of here.
Yeah, and they do the
what are
they
you
do the
doing?
yonder bags for like they do at Comedy Works here, to where you can't have your cell phone in there with you. So it is like he's basically creating like a safe place for people to just say whatever the fuck they want on stage and not get fucking canceled because of this or that, or
Right.
it's a freedom of expression as an artist.
I get it.
Situation.
I get what Meatbag Collector here says, not dystopian at all.
I know. Big Brother is watching.
I get that, but out of all people, I fucking trust comedians to fucking just
Honestly,
be like, look, we just want you to not post this on social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Just shut up.
Or
just sit
heckle.
down and shut up.
We just
Or
don't want you to
heckle.
yell some dumb shit in the crowd unless
Right,
we ask
right.
or whatever.
Which I've
thing,
heard that is a successful thing in that club.
Yeah,
Like,
they haven't had
they
anyone.
do not have hecklers in there.
Right. Well, yeah.
You know?
Good
You're
luck.
there for the show.
There's like Navy SEALs in the shadow.
Probably. Probably. Yeah.
I would not heckle there.
He's got a force.
That's the
Yeah.
worst place
He's
to
got a
heckle.
force.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe would probably just stop the show and literally like pick you up with his giant bear arm.
Right.
He'll give you a roundhouse kick to
Or
the
you-
fucking belly.
or
and
you just get, like,
double you over.
Yeah, you just get sniped from behind the fucking curtain.
Right.
Silenced.
Yeah, stun.
Silent.
Ignore the non-believer.
Yeah, it's set to stun.
There's a bunch of super soldiers with like cloaking devices. They're just invisible.
Right. Predators.
in the crowd,
They're just
yeah.
on stage. Well, we've just done an hour.
Oh, we did it.
Wait.
Oh wow.
Our new segment.
Oh, I already know.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what we're about to
Let's go.
segue into.
Dude,
New
we
segment.
And
we
at this
started.
point, it's not new.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's been
not
like
new.
10 episodes.
It's been today. It still feels new and fun though.
Yeah. Well,
And
it is.
it's new for homie.
Yeah.
It's new for
Rapid fire.
our sweet live audience
It's
over
a very
here.
original idea.
You guys can.
They're going crazy.
You guys can answer these too if you want. Also, chat.
Answer them in the chat.
Yeah, you are allowed to answer these as well.
Chat, take part in this.
So this is
Give
rapid
us-
fire. I probably don't need to explain this game.
No, go ahead.
I'm sure you. Okay. I'm gonna ask questions and you're gonna answer them quickly.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're all gonna answer. We all just give like first thought.
Should it be like me then? other
It's a
people, or
rapid.
Like
It's
that?
a
Yeah,
rapid
we can start with
fire.
you.
We
Yeah,
go
we'll
free
just go
flow.
around.
I can go first. And what? Yeah, you can if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Our live
If you
studio
guys have an
audience.
answer. Am I going under this line?
Yes.
Ooh, 1 hour set or 5 hour set?
5 hour set.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 5 as well.
Let's go. 5 hour.
5.
5. Yeah.
They also said 5.
5 hour.
Chat, you better say 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Multi-genre set or single-genre set?
Multi-genre.
Multi.
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 Everyone in the room.
Wow.
Multi.
DJing with sync on
Oh,
or no
single.
sync at all?
Like
I'm
not being
assuming.
able to use it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say none at all then.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I can live without it.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Okay.
Sync.
I wouldn't want it on the whole entire time.
Sync on or off for the whole
Right.
set?
Right.
Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day.
I
can
want
handle
to
it
be
off.
cool enough to say off, but I'm not. I have to go on. Yeah.
If you could play only one genre for the rest of your life,
God damn.
what would it be?
What would it be?
So some of our studio
fucking-
on it says
that's
Deep
tough.
House.
I'm gonna
Yeah, it's
just,
a hard one.
Without explaining, I would go with probably classic, just general classic house.
Just
Nice.
just straight up house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
One genre. Left field bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gabber.
Gabber.
The boy, dude.
I was waiting for the
I was gonna
Gabber
s-
drop.
I was gonna say hardcore.
It's always at least once per episode.
Dum
is
dum
the
dum dum
Gabber
dum
drop.
dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life, you're such a liar.
I am a
Yeah.
liar. I am a liar. I would play pop. Let's be real. Obviously, I'm gonna make that money.
Obviously.
Let's go.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
making
no,
money.
that's not bad.
I'll say Detroit techno.
Oh.
Wait,
Wow.
that's so
I
specific.
like that.
Yeah, 'cause
that's
this-
good.
So specific.
Detroit techno doesn't have like reverb on the
Only-
kicks. It's
Oh.
very just clean techie
That's
techno.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
It's like that
Mhm.
high,
Good techno.
that
I was
instead of
gonna
that
say
bass heavy,
techno.
That more high,
Right.
that high
Right.
driving.
Yeah, exactly. A little less dark.
that Richie
more.
Hodden.
Fucking what's his name? Who?
Cox music.
Cox. I mean,
Cox music.
Meatbag,
Carl
you
Cox
can't just
is
say
fucking
fusion.
OG.
He says it so
That's
fast.
cheating.
Cox
Hey,
music.
meatbag.
Fusion?
You
Fusion.
can't say fusion.
That's like saying jazz. It's like, oh, every genre.
My genre is every genre, dude.
Robert Hood. That's
Oh,
what I'm
Robert
thinking of.
Hood. Yeah, actually. Ooh, and his his father-daughter duo.
Oh,
Foreplay.
yeah.
Yeah, love me some Foreplay. That's great.
Favorite DJ ecosystem, aka like Tractor or Engine with Denon or Serato or Pioneer and Rekordbox.
I own a ton of Pioneer, but I have to say that Denon has like the proper price point and the proper like feel of decks on there. So I'll hit Denon.
Let's go. I did not expect that. I also like Denon.
Interesting. Denons are great, but they fucking crash.
Boom. The software has crashed on us like 7 times
shit's
in a row.
crash.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I mean, I'm sure they all crash, but the
Denon-
Denons
Denon
I've worked
definitely.
with,
I've
fuck
never
that.
had a Pioneer crash, like software-wise.
Yeah.
But
Unless you have someone who just decides in their club environment that they never want to update the software in general.
That could be an issue.
Then you
I'm
always
sure,
get
yeah.
there.
That'd be
That's
brutal.
what I was saying. I'm sure they do crash.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced that either.
Far
really.
less for far more for Denon than Pioneer though. But
Sure.
Yeah.
just for like feel and price point, Denon. But for Pioneer is definitely the standard for a reason.
sure.
I wish the Denons were heavier.
Yeah.
They're fucking. They feel like a MIDI controller, which
They
is
are
gross.
super light. Yeah, they're kind of plasticky. But they're big. I like how
they are
wide.
they are fat boys.
Fat boys.
Little
And I like the
chonkers.
setup of the way the
should-
looping goes and
Everything-
the skipping
yeah.
and
This podcast
Yeah.
definitely supports Thick Boys.
100%.
So shout out.
Shout out, Thick Boys.
400% on that.
I think I'd go Pioneer and Rekordbox, but that's all I've ever used, so I can't really say. And I honestly kind of hate Rekordbox. There's a lot of, like,
Rekordbox
really dumb
sucks.
things
I
about
fucking
it.
hate it.
Yeah.
Well, Rekordbox is completely separate in this conversation.
Yeah, it
Because
is
I think
technically.
we all can agree that Rekordbox is hot garbage.
okay, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
But Pioneer in a sense.
Do you use Rekordbox? Do you use Serato?
I use Rekordbox.
Oh, you do
yeah,
use
but
Rekordbox,
I
yeah,
like
okay.
they routinely have problems with it, and I hate it.
Yeah,
so.
I hate it so much.
same. Yeah.
I will say Tractor.
Mm.
I like Tractor a lot. I'm kind of bummed that
Hot
our
take.
S4 stopped working. I like the ecosystem. I like their program. I like their controllers. I wish they had dedicated controllers like CDJs, like they had a Tractor 1 or something.
Yeah,
that was
like a
unit.
standalone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But they're all plastic controllers. But their software-wise, their software is so sick. It's very similar
It does do good
to
shit.
Engine by Denon, where it's just a superior software to Rekordbox or Serato. It's just better. And moving on.
For sure. Before Reddit
Your
goes
favorite-
crazy.
Yeah, I know. Your favorite genre to DJ?
Mm.
Not if you had to DJ one genre forever,
Oh.
what would it be?
Mm.
Just in general, in the moment, you're like, this is my favorite.
This is fun. This is
Yeah.
good.
My favorite is 2000s electro, like that.
Okay.
that-
Bloghouse?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Bloghouse,
Let's
yeah.
go. Sick.
That's fun.
That's
That-
kind of what I came into.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I love DJing bass house.
Okay.
Feels good.
Okay.
Feels fun. It's all hypey.
I don't know.
Sick.
House something
House.
probably.
I do
Gabber
I
again.
hate the idea of a favorite. I
Yeah, I
never
mean,
have an
it's-
answer to those
It's an
questions.
very arbitrary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say hardcore.
Mm.
Wait, really?
Anything over anything over 190. 2012 trap music.
Double.
Yes, festival trap. You caught me, DJ
Yeah,
Hookline.
2000
Festival trap.
2012 trap music. Actually, I mean, shout
Speaking
out
of
to
which-
It does go ham as fuck.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, your favorite era of EDM so far?
Oh. Oh.
I will not say 2012 trap.
Oh.
I will not say that.
Favorite era.
Melodic techno.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Melodic
okay.
techno. Interesting.
Would you say that's the current era though?
Favorite era.
I would say melodic techno is kind of the current era. Yeah, because
I feel like between that and industrial.
okay, all right.
That's hard to say because I like very much so mix with a lot of different decades of music, regardless of the genre. So it's hard for me to really I guess to answer the question,
Sure,
I
favor
Mm-hmm.
can be arbitrary.
I kind of like where music has gone in the last 5 years, just with the amount of production and stuff that's gone into it, regardless of the genre. You know, we've definitely made some strides since we've kind of moved away from the festival main stage music when a lot more money and stuff went into it. So there's just been like a resurgence of really great producers popping off. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I think my favorite era is this era happening right now with the left field bass stuff and the weird experimental fun stuff. I'm loving this. I feel like there's so much potential to it.
Cool.
I'm very excited.
No.
No.
No, I guess.
Very philosophical.
No,
Dave.
I always am so bored of the old music. I just can't.
Right.
Like I always am just more interested in what you can offer me now. Because
Right.
I don't know.
Then
I
then
heard
was
it.
then. Yeah.
Now, give me new. New is what I like.
Before I answer, Meatbag says 80s or early 90s.
Oh, cool.
DJ Hookline says right before COVID, which I can
That's a good
get
one.
that. Like right before
Oh,
COVID was
sure,
pretty fire.
sure,
It was
yeah.
ramping hard, which is
Yeah.
probably
it was
good that
really
COVID happened.
Tech housey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bubble was bursting.
Yes.
Well, that like in COVID gave like so many people like that kind of release to go back into production and kind of like reinvent
Yes.
themselves and
Yes.
do cool
Right.
stuff. So,
And make
Fully.
less clubby shit. They were like,
Yeah.
oh, we have to make stuff for Spotify algorithms now.
yeah.
So it kind of changed the whole landscape real
Right.
quick.
Mhm.
Right. Overnight. It was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then people are coming back around now, and they're like, now I got to make shit for the club again.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
where we're at, where we're getting these weird shit.
Right. There's playlists
Let's
of just
go.
club music that you're like, nobody needs to be listening to this in the office, guys. Gabbers for the club.
Working from
Right.
home on
Yeah.
Zoom, listening to fucking Gabber.
Yeah, just fucking loving it. Meatbag also goes on to say, I'm a fan of that early just off industrial kind of, but it's still edge techno. See, I agree with him. I agree with him on there. And this is for the sake of argument. It's not a favorite, but I really liked the 2011-12 era of synthwave kind of first popping off right after like Kavinsky and Drive kind of came out, and everybody was like, why is this 80s aesthetic so cool? Like, I fucking fell in love. I fucking loved it so much. And
Shout out to
then,
Kavinsky.
dude, huge.
He's great.
Huge Frenchman. And then I also like the like kind of late industrial, right around the time where Rammstein was like, oh, we can add synthesizers into metal, you know, like 2001 to 2002, 'cause, like the drum and bass was really cool, the techno was really cool. There's a bunch of shit that was like really interesting. It all kind of sounded the same because it was all very early computer music. Like everything was still in the, or everything was
Right.
just starting to
Right.
be in the box. Nobody was doing any external production, so it all kind of sounded weird. But that's when it started going into video games. It started going into like a bunch of pop culture and stuff like that. And it was a good time.
Oh, Bodum. Huh.
Oh
That's
yeah,
funny.
good old Bodum.
Yeah, they were great with that. I was actually just question for you guys. Who do you think was like the after 2000 the first act to use that synthwave sound that you knew?
After 2000?
Yeah, after 2000, who was the first in like amongst any genre? Who was like the first like band or rapper? Because you had like the Linkin Parks of that as well, using like DJ setups within their things.
Yeah.
I mean Beastie Boys, but that's not after 2000 though. But
I mean, Kavinsky technically was 2005. I didn't hear him till like 2011, but I'd probably say Justice.
Oh, Justice.
It wasn't
yeah.
pure 80s aesthetic, but they were kind of starting to bring
Justice is
in.
a pretty good one.
Yeah, they were starting to bring
I
in
have
those
no
long
fucking
synth
idea.
notes.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was Bloody Roots before Justice in that regard? But
Ooh, that's rough. I don't know.
If only AT was here.
it's around the same time.
he is.
Yeah.
I think Justice probably has Bloody Roots beat, but yeah, no, that I
But
know
it kind
exactly
of
what
they
you
they
mean.
weren't. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say they're 80s synthwave, but they kind of started to tap into the nostalgia of
Yeah.
that kind of big snares,
Yeah.
kind of more melancholy melodics happening throughout the song. It wasn't happy or sad. It was kind of in between.
Right.
That kind of movie soundtrack vibe almost.
It had a fuller, longer sound of just like a full band experience on a DJ set versus it being like recorded
Bleeps and
drums.
bloops.
Yeah.
Right. Drum machines and shit. Yeah. Well, that leads us perfect to our last rapid fire.
Oh.
Now, I asked this on the last episode, but I want to ask it again
Oh, okay.
because I want to know the answer
The button.
week to week. No. Is Big Room back?
Oh.
I want to say
This
yes.
is going to be the rapid fire question of every podcast.
Goddamn right. Is Big Room back?
Is Big Room back?
When you say back, just clarify that question. Do you feel that when you say back, do you mean like, is it becoming more popularized? Is there like a resurgence in producing?
Are
what do you mean?
DJs wanting to start playing it again?
I don't think DJs in that realm stopped playing it.
Well, that's a good
Damn,
point.
yeah.
True.
That's a good point.
So I don't know.
Never
that
went
it-
anywhere.
You know,
Yeah.
you had the Dimitri Vegases, the like Mikes, the Tiestos, who have been literally going nonstop. So
Right.
That's a good
fair.
point. That's a great point.
I think
In your sets.
Is Big Room
never
back?
was in my sets.
God damn it! Shit!
I very much so have always been like the Miami tech, even in the early or like the breaks. and
No,
stuff.
no, it's fine.
I was never there.
I'm just trying to make Big Room cool.
I would love to see Big Room come back
Hey,
and be cool again.
Hashtag
I don't
make
think
Big Room cool.
I
made-
don't think there's any push to make Big Room come back though.
No,
It's like
there's
the
not.
next thing, right?
I just
Yeah.
definitely-
Oh, I think there is.
Whenever I
You
see
think so?
people's face
Yeah.
when you start to do like a big room, like build up for a drop, like when I hear it and I see people react to it, it never seems like it's going well.
Oh, have
Unless
we-
you're in fucking
we have
Denmark.
a song
Right.
to
Yeah, I got a song for
show
you.
or like unless you're in one of those weird 18+ clubs where like people don't know about music and so they're
Right,
just like
right.
whatever is
Bottle
the most
service?
hype. Yeah, bottle service, one of those bottle service clubs or something like that. That I see it like popping up, but none of the things that I frequent or have gone to usually do that. So
Yeah, it's
It never left Australia, says Meatbag. The Mediterranean is always ready to dance.
Let's go.
it's a bigger room this time.
I was gonna say it's no longer Big Room.
Yeah,
it's
it's
large
bigger.
room.
Large
Yeah,
room.
and it's called techno.
It's huge room.
Or
Maybe-
Great Hall.
Great Hall techno.
or maybe it should be called small room because there's way more people in the room this time.
That's true.
Right. No room.
No
Right,
room.
no room. No room.
That actually is Party B.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, does anybody know what? Like, it's called Big Room, but it had to have been called Big Room something.
Oh.
What was it? Was it Big Room Techno? Was it Big Room
I thought
House?
Big Room House would be my guess.
I don't know. I don't ever remember hearing it being called anything but just straight Big
Just
Room.
Big room,
I
yeah.
always felt like it was one of those terms that was coined by like some marketing wizard, like the same like shit like from Spotify. So I don't think there's a reason why it was
You're probably right.
Big Room anything really. It was just like it was always either Big Room or Main Stage.
Yeah,
Main
I've
stage
definitely
is
heard
what- yeah.
main stage before, like
Really?
when Dubs DVBBS,
Oh.
the two twins came out and like they did Tsunami. That's like one of the Big
Yeah.
Room tracks that I know very well.
I don't know that one.
Tsunami.
Yeah, it's yep, basically just like that.
You know, the Avicii's.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it would just
Mhm.
it's just main stage. It's just EDM. It is literally EDM.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I can vibe with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, folks, on that note, we just did an hour and a half.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We goosed it
Let's
half
fucking
an
go.
hour.
Yeah, we just did
extra
hour and a
there.
half. Extra
All right,
half
let's go.
hour. We were enjoying this one apparently.
Thanks
All
for
right.
joining us, Cree.
Yeah, let's talk about things we can plug.
Yeah, where do people find you?
Follow you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no. So I have all the good social media. I mean that's kind of
all the good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of a weird thing to say, but
so you're not on Facebook. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I would be remiss to say that I'm not on Facebook only because I'll take as much marketing that I can get for free.
Sure.
But
Sure.
yeah, IG.
It's at DerteeDisco, right? Like, is this spelled right? So if
Yeah,
I
that's
put this
spelled
in chat?
correctly at DerteeDisco. You can find me on most things, and that'll pull it up on most things. However, on SoundCloud and fucking Twitter, there's just some assholes who have, for the last 10 years, had DerteeDisco and will not respond to my DMs. So if you hear this and you're reading this, please. Give it up to me because I'm the one with the most followers. I've checked.
Go let them know.
But on those, that's DJ DerteeDisco and the DerteeDisco. But
let's go
at the DerteeDisco.
Yeah, that's for SoundCloud at the DerteeDisco, and for Twitter it's DJ DerteeDisco. What's up, nerds? Someone just popped in right at the end.
Popping in last second, huh?
Who dat?
You missed it.
Baco
Bezo.
Oh, Baco. What's up, Baco?
And also, just for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and just give the boys my socials, and they can post it in the VOD afterwards.
Yep.
In case.
It will be there
in
anyways.
case you can't find it. But I'm usually the only one who has it spelled like an autistic person, so I'm sure you can find it.
Yeah, dirty.
Fuck yeah, Cree. It was great having you on, my man.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for
This
having
is
me
so
again.
much fun.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming by. Folks, you know that we don't promote this, so go share it with your friends. Go share it with your mom. Go to always400.com. If you need one-to-one mixing lessons, send us an email. If you need mixer mastering, send us an email. If you need your butthole poked, too bad.
Yeah, and honestly, you don't need to share it with your mom. I got that.
And always, and also for your, what is it called? Your soundproofing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
This fucking guy. If you live in Denver and you need acoustics.
That's right. We build acoustics.
Yeah. But
Always400.com.
We make acoustic panels. We measure your room. We install acoustic panels.
We know what we're doing.
Acoustic paneling is just a really good synonym for butthole poking. So.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's right.
So there you go. Folks, we'll see you guys next week for episode 109.
Peace out, everyone. Thank you, everyone in chat, for being here tonight.
Yes, Baco, we will install panels in your butthole. Bye, guys.